Let's talk about the concept of managing transaction exposure. Now, companies that do business overseas face transaction exposure. And this occurs when a contract is denominated in the foreign currency. So when a firm accepts a contract, it looks at the exchange rate to determine what the cost or the revenue will be in their own currency. If the exchange rate changes when settlement is made, how much the firm receives or pays will be determined by the exchange rate at the time of settlement. So let's take a look at a couple of examples here. Suppose a U.S. importer of British goods is paying £1 million for British sweaters. If the dollar appreciates from $1.75 a pound to $1.60 a pound, that is, it takes less U.S. dollars to buy 1 pound sterling, then the cost goes down from $1.75 million to $1.6 million. On the other hand, if the dollar depreciates to $1.85 per pound, then the cost rises to $1.85 million. So an appreciating dollar helps the U.S. importer who's paying in pounds, and the depreciating dollar hurts the U.S. importer who's paying in pounds. Let's look at the other side. Consider a British firm that is exporting sweaters to the U.S. and being paid 1 million U.S. dollars. If the pound depreciates from $1.75 a pound to $1.60 a pound, that is, the pound is not worth as much as it was before, then the amount of pounds the British firm receives rises from 571,428.6 pounds to 625,000 pounds. And you can get that by taking the million and dividing it by the exchange rate. If the pound appreciates to $1.85 per pound, then the amount the British firm receives falls to 540,540.5 pounds. So an appreciating pound hurts the British exporter paid in dollars. A depreciating pound helps the British exporter paid in dollars. So here's some techniques for managing transaction exposure. We can use financial contracts such as a forward market hedge, a money market hedge. We can use the option markets to hedge, or we can use the swap markets to hedge. They can also engage in some sort of operational techniques, like the choice of the invoice currency. If the currency happens to be U.S. dollars, the U.S. company doesn't face any transaction risk. There are lead and lag strategies, that is, paying early or paying late to try and reduce some of this risk. And there's also exposure netting, which is a case where, remember, a firm is going to be importing and exporting goods from different parts of the world, and instead of hedging everything, they simply hedge their net exposure. So in future videos, I will discuss these different techniques for hedging.